This is Algebra 2. I'm working on problems from Concept 8, and this happens to be on worksheet on the back of worksheet 21.8. And I'm going to look at equations for summing equations on numbers 28, 31, 34, and 35. So I'm going to jump around a bit. In 28, I've got my equation here. I'm going to use this to show a little bit of room, or get a little more room so I can show the work. X plus 3 squared minus 5 equals 4. I want to get this symbol alone. I want to isolate these parentheses, so I'm going to move this minus 5 over. I'm going to add it to both sides. So it gives me x plus 3, the quantity squared, equals 9. Now to get rid of the square, I need to take the square root of both sides. The square root of 9 is positive plus or minus 3. This cancels, leaves me with x plus 3. So now I've got two problems. I've got x plus 3 equals 3, and I've got x plus 3 equals negative 3. I subtract 3 on both of these, and I'll get 0 for one answer and negative 6 for the other. And I lied, I said 28, 31. I'm actually going to do 29 as well, so I'm going to throw 29 into the mix. 29, I've got 4 times the absolute value of 2x minus 4 equal to 8. I'm going to divide by this 4 first. It gives me the absolute value of 2x minus 4 equals 2. And when you're dealing with the absolute value, it's a little bit like the square root. You're going to get 2x minus 4 equals 2, but you're also going to use 2x minus 4 equals negative 2. Because I can take the absolute value of negative 2 and I can get 2. 2x equals, I'm going to add 4 to both sides, I get 6, which means my first answer for x is going to be positive 3. 2x, add 4 to both sides, I get 2. So my second answer for x is going to be positive 1. Now I'm going to go over to 31. And in 31, I've got 3x squared minus 6x equals 9. So I'm going to move this up. 3x squared minus 6x equals 9. And what I'm going to do is, since I've got a square term and I've got an x, I'm going to move everything to one side. So I'm going to subtract that 9. So it's equal to 0. So I get 3x squared minus 6x minus 9 equals 0. And usually when you get to this point, now you're either going to try to factor it, or you're going to, if it doesn't factor, then you do quadratic formula. And one thing though, it's going to make life easier. If you notice, when you look at these numbers 3, 6, 9, I can divide everything by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both sides of my equation. This is just 0. This now becomes x squared minus 2x minus 3. That is a lot easier to factor than 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. Because now it's just diamond, and that's pretty much it, because you have the 1 in front of x squared. Negative 3 goes here, negative 2, negative 3, negative 2. I get 3, negative 1. Okay, multiply these, you get negative 3. Add these, you get, what the, oh, I'm sorry, negative 3, positive 1. There we go. So now this becomes x minus 3, x plus 1 equal to 0. And then each one gives me one answer, one solution. Put each one equal to 0. And I get x equals positive 3 and negative 1. So my two solutions for number 31 are positive 3 and negative 1. Skipping ahead even further, 34. Now I've got this longer equation. I've got that square root symbol in there. So I'm going to write it real quickly. Square root x plus 1 minus 3 equals 21. So now I'm going to try to solve this, and because of these parentheses, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that 7 first. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. That gives me 3 here. Now what I'm left with is this square root of x plus 1 minus 3 on the outside. Then I'm going to take this minus 3, I'm going to move it over. Again, we're trying to isolate this square root symbol by itself. So I've got the square root of x plus 1 equals 6. Now to get rid of the square root, I'm going to square both sides. Squaring the root cancels it, which leaves me with x plus 1. 6 squared is 36. And now all I've got to do to solve for x is subtract that 1 over. So I've only got one answer for x in this one, which is 36 minus 1 is 35. Last one for this video is number 35. So now I've got this big, huge thing. I've got 2 times the quantity, 2x plus 1 cubed minus 3 equals 51. And I'll go ahead and start showing the work here. I'm going to add that 3 to both sides. Gives me 2 times the quantity of 2x plus 1 cubed equals 54. Then I'm going to take that 2 and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I get 2x plus 1 the quantity cubed equals 27. And now to get rid of the cube, now I got to take the cubed root of both sides. The cube and cubed root cancel, which leave you with 2x plus 1. The cubed root of 27 is 3. So now it's just solving this for x. Subtract the 1, I get 2, divide by 2, and I get x equals 1. So my solution for number 35 is just x equals 1.